Rock climbing. Its strength, its flexibility, its agility, its stamina, its fearlessness, and sometimes its sheer insanity. It's also one of America's fastest growing sports today. Men and women of all ages and races are swarming to their local climbing gyms and training hard so they can conquer their natural rock nemesis. Unfortunately, another aspect of American culture that's growing equally as fast as rock climbing is the development of these high-end cookie-cutter home neighborhoods. Urban development is drastically shrinking the amount of green space in Metro Atlanta, as well as other parts of the country. Today, there is a growing conflict of interest between Atlanta's climbers and land developers in Southwest Atlanta. One of Atlanta's only bouldering areas, named Boat Rock, is in danger of being lost forever to one of these land developers. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about what bouldering is and where exactly does it fit into the world of rock climbing.
The bouldering at Boat Rock is very unique. It's a very textured granite. There's literally hundreds of egg-shaped boulders that are all across the ridge tops here.
I think it's one of the best bouldering areas in the country, no question about it. There's so much stuff here, it's amazing.
Boat Rock's a very unique place. It's in the middle of Atlanta. You wouldn't expect a bunch of granite boulders, kind of like Joshua Tree, only miniaturized, to be just sitting in the middle of South Atlanta.
I found out about Boat Rock from other people, and it's right in Atlanta, and they just said you got to check it out because all the other climbing's 2 hours away, and Boat Rock's right here.
I climbed at Boat Rock about 10 years ago, and I've always enjoyed Boat Rock. It's always been a big challenge there, and I just always marveled at how, you know, a nice bouldering area like that with all the neat trees and everything was that close to Atlanta. It was always a neat thing for me. So.
Every time I come out here, I do new problems that I never thought about doing before.
Yeah.
You know, ever since I started coming here, you know, the place is just unreal. It clearly needs to be a park, or I mean, it needs to be preserved. No question about it.
Talked with some other people here, and we think that this is kind of true bouldering. It combines a lot of different techniques, in that there's a lot of delicate balance type work. You still have to be powerful. You have to use tension. You have to grab these barrel-shaped arêtes and things and pull down on them. And if you mess up, you know, you're catching knuckle here pretty easily, and or a shin. I try to wear jeans or something. So it's a very delicate, very tough type of bouldering. So.
There's some good features for your hands.
About pitch. So, oh man, Boat Rock at its finest. Nice.
Yes. Hold it. Come on. Get your foot up.
What is the main goal of the Southeastern Climbers Coalition? Pretty broad, or?
No, well, yeah, it is broad. It's to preserve climbing areas for future generations to enjoy. Right. So everything we're doing right now is to try and keep those areas open for everybody.
When did you first notice the conflict about the access of Boat Rock?
Well, I guess there's always been not necessarily a conflict, but with the land being on private land, it was always kind of a little bit of a problem, is that we didn't always have open access to it. Then in the last 2 years, what I call the back area was basically carved up into residential subdivision, and new roads went in there. And then the front track was purchased by a local Atlanta business person, and he began to have designs on developing the front area. So we were involved a little bit with the back area, but really when they decided to try and develop all that within the last year, that's when we really sprang into action and started to go into meetings and trying to get involved there.
Mm-hmm. In addition to the comp and the / cleanup, what else do you guys have planned in the future that people can get involved with and raising awareness and money?
Well, right now we have a big grant that we've applied to the Access Fund. So if you're a member of the Access Fund, or even if you're not a member, if you could write to the Access Fund and ask them to give us that grant, that would be a huge help. Even small donations, whether it's $1 or we've had people donate as little as $1 and as much as $1,500. So donations would be really good. And then also we have a number of different fundraisers throughout the year. We've got Sandrock coming up in March, which is a big competition and cleanup. And then also the Escalade Gym, there's a competition there. A portion of those proceeds will go to Boat Rock. Also the Climb Fest at Foster Falls. So just going to those events and supporting those events will go a long ways towards helping to raise money towards Boat Rock.
Yeah. How close right now is the SEC in their goal of raising that much money? Are they?
Yeah, we're getting closer. We've raised $12,000 so far with really only a minimal amount of fundraising. We're in our kind of second stage of fundraising right now. We're putting out a lot of letters to individual SEC members. We're putting out flyers at all the different shops. Next Tuesday we'll be meeting with the Atlanta Climbing Club with a slideshow. This following week will be the Escalade climbing competition. So we've got a lot of things coming up here in the near future, and we think we can raise the additional $8,000 that we need to get the down payment. The $20,000 is what we need.
$20,000 down payment?
Yeah.
Cool.
Competition, the February fallout, went really well. I mean, a a lot of people showed up. It was a good response. As far as raising money for the safety and the access of the boat rock, we've been organizing fundraisers. We did a raffle today. We're gonna give some of the proceeds of the February fallout. We're doing, everything we can to save Boat Rock. It's a unique place in the middle of Atlanta. I would hate to see it blown up. I've seen some of the boulders there that were blown up, and it was saddening. I didn't want to see that. It was a big boulder that I used to climb on, split in half. No more problems on it anymore. You can't change that. That's billions of years of Mother Nature at work. So.
Right now we're standing about half a mile from the main bouldering area. These boulders used to be about the size of a house, and now they're all rubble. And you just touch them and they just fall apart.
Just shows these boulders been here for a million years, probably a billion years, and in a couple seconds they're totally destroyed. And as you can see behind us, we got these, as Swan would say, cookie cutter homes being put up in a couple months. Just a couple months ago, there was nothing here, it was just trees. And now we've come back and this is all here, it's gone. This is pretty much the type of terrain we have around here, and the actual boulder acreage is about a mile down the road, and these are the houses being built right on top of it.
Right now we're entering the 7.7 tract of land. It's still open to climbers with the permission of the private owner of this land, but this is the land that's up for sale, so we have to raise money as quick as possible to pick up this land.
Take away everything and make everybody feel high. But if you know what life is worth, you would look for yours unhurt. And now you see the light, you stand up for your rights. Yeah. Get up, stand up, yeah, yeah. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Life is your right. Get up, stand up. We can't give up the fight. Stand up for your right. Lord, Lord. Get up, stand up. Keep us traveling on.
As you can see, one of the big problems around here with Boat Rock is people dumping their trash. They know that nobody owns the area and they can just dump their crap for free and not have to pay for it. And unfortunately, we're the ones that are dealing with it, trying to clean this area up. So hopefully, if we pick up this land by purchasing it, then we can do something about this.